Every outfit Queen Elizabeth II wore meeting U.S. presidents. Across 7 decades, Queen Elizabeth II met nearly every U.S. president, turning protocol-heavy encounters into fashion moments that still circulate in history books and highlight reels. Her outfits at these meetings weren't mere decoration, they were diplomacy, projecting stability, hospitality, and calm. She favored timeless silhouettes, strategic color, and jewelry that spoke quietly but unmistakably about occasion and rank. She also understood cameras and settings, what gleams under chandeliers, what reads on palace steps, and what feels warm at Windsor. For viewers searching timelines, outfit IDs, and royal-style lessons, here's a top 10 of the Queen's most memorable looks when meeting American presidents, and why each one still resonates. 10. 1957, State Visit with President Eisenhower, Washington. On her first American state visit as sovereign, the Queen chose a clean-lined white evening gown that glowed beneath chandeliers and flashbulbs. A structured bodice, long gloves, and balanced diamonds framed the face without overwhelming it. The pale palette, set against White House interiors, made every photograph crisp and legible for newsprint and television. It felt formal yet modern for late 1950s Washington. The look set her U.S. playbook, reassuringly traditional, press-friendly, and perfectly paced for toasts and ceremonies. 9. 1961, Dinner with President John F. Kennedy, London. The Kennedy visit produced evergreen images, a luminous evening dress in cool tones, fluid but controlled, paired with refined diamonds. Nothing shouted, everything harmonized. The gown moved gracefully through receiving lines and table service, showing how she prioritized elegance that worked in motion. The result felt cinematic while staying stately, an era-defining snapshot of transatlantic glamour. Decades later, those frames still anchor retrospectives on royal style and diplomacy. 8. 1969, Audience with President Nixon, London. For a late 60s engagement, she pivoted to punchy daytime color, a sleek shift and coordinating hat in a confident bright. The saturated hue energized palace stone and gray skies, signaling modernity without abandoning uniform. Minimal ornament kept the silhouette clear for newspapers and television. Its textbook color as headline, approachable, photogenic, and unmistakably sovereign. Even as fashion changed around her, the message stayed constant: competence, continuity, and calm. 7. 1976, U.S. Bicentennial with President Ford, Washington. During the Bicentennial, the Queen balanced festivity and restraint in an evening gown with subtle sparkle. Clean lines and a modest neckline honored formality without theatricality. Long gloves, a neat clutch, and measured jewelry let the fabric's sheen do the visual work. Against historic settings and bunting, the look read celebratory yet composed. It was a calm anchor for a milestone American year packed with cameras, speeches, and symbolism. 6. 1982, Windsor Castle with President Reagan. The Reagan Visit delivered fairy tale images. A soft pastel gown with perfect drape, sash and orders for state splendor, and jewels that caught light without stealing focus. Waist definition and a fluid skirt created that signature Windsor sweep on staircases and in long shots. Every detail balanced warmth and grandeur. It became the late 20th century blueprint for royal evening wear at home, gracious, gleaming, and ready for global television. 5. 1991, Engagements with President George H.W. Bush, Washington. Early 90s Washington suited her coat dress formula, sharp tailoring, a clear color story, and a standout hat. The ensemble worked outdoors and indoors, handled podiums and handshakes, and photographed cleanly under varying light. Accessories stayed precise: pearls, gloves, and a structured handbag, allowing the silhouette to lead. The message was brisk and businesslike yet friendly. It's proof that daytime uniforms can be as calculated and effective as gala gowns. 4. 2007, State Dinner with President George W. Bush, Washington. At the White House, she chose a luminous gown with delicate embellishment that caught candlelight rather than demanding it. The cut was statuesque but gentle. The neckline and sleeves were considered and modest. Diamonds acted as punctuation, not paragraph. The ensemble showed how she modernized without chasing novelty, refined texture, impeccable fit, and serenity that read clearly on television. The photos still circulate as a masterclass in contemporary state dinner dressing. 3. 2011 State Visit with President Obama, London. Hosting the Obamas at Buckingham Palace, the Queen returned to pristine white, one of her most shared late-reign looks. White signaled clarity and welcome, structure provided authority. Orders and a sash layered in ceremonial meaning without visual clutter, while balanced jewels framed the face. The harmony of fabric, jewelry, and insignia delivered quiet power. It's the image of steadiness that travels well across broadsheets, social media, and archives. 2. 2019 State Banquet with President Trump, London. For the Grand Buckingham Banquet, she paired a pale, shimmering gown with the Burmese ruby tiara and matching jewels. The soft dress provided a neutral canvas. The vivid rubies added depth for cameras and candlelight. An unfussy silhouette ensured regalia read crisply in wide shots and close-ups. Every element signaled maximum formality and confident control. The result is one of the defining tiara images of her later years. 1. 2021 Tea at Windsor with President Biden. Her final meeting with a sitting U.S. president came in pink floral Stuart parvin with a coordinating hat, pearls, and practical pumps. The print felt summery and warm without visual noise, and the tailoring was as exact as ever. In her home setting, the palette projected friendliness and ease, and the accessories grounded tradition. The photographs felt intimate, distinctly Windsor, and unmistakably her. As a closing chapter, the look was human, gracious, and instantly memorable. From chandelier-ready ball gowns to razor-sharp coat dresses, Queen Elizabeth II used clothing as a fluent language across the Atlantic, welcoming guests, honoring ceremony, and anchoring the story of two nations in color and line. These 10 outfits show her method in action: timeless shapes, strategic color, and jewelry that supports rather than steals the moment. That's why the images remain searchable, shareable, and instructive years later. Which meeting tops your list? The White House debuts, the Windsor fairy tales, or the crystalline formality of a Buckingham banquet? Tell us below, and subscribe for more royal-style timelines, outfit breakdowns, and the stories behind dressing for diplomacy.